On the agenda tonight, we're going to be listening to Where That Came From by Randy Travis. Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus, and welcome to another analysis video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. So this is an interesting one for tonight because recently we looked at AI on the channel where there were two songs that AI had created having been given particular keywords, and it had created the whole song, lyrics, vocals, you name it, what we heard was AI. So this is really interesting because in this case, this is a song that's only just been released where Randy's voice has been created with AI. So we're going to have a listen to this. And by the way, there's a link in the description below if you guys want to listen to this the whole way through without me interrupting it, because I am going to be jumping into it. And yeah, you can click on that link to go to Randy's channel. But we'll have a listen to this. I have run it through the pitch monitoring software so that we have that on screen as well. But let's have a listen.
She had eyes like diamonds, and they caught the light. Oh, but they were dark and deeper than the night. But when she'd smile, out came the sun. And there ain't no more where that came from. She had a dress that swayed all around her knees, and a voice as soft as a summer breeze. Touch that told me I was the one, and there ain't no more where that came from.
I'm just going to jump in here because the first thing that strikes you about this is there's a human element in there. We've got such great playing instrumentally, dynamically as well. The production is great. And in amongst all of this, you've got the voice, the AI voice of Randy's in there. And I mean, obviously it's to be expected that it's going to be tuned to a 440 standard pitch, because that's what's happening with vocals nowadays in the music industry, and it's what AI will do as a default because it's just copying everything that it's hearing, that it's learning from. But in this case, it's different because, and this is why it's great, because Randy is in control of this, and it's a studio project, and it's allowing him to do something that he's now no longer able to do vocally and performance wise, but it's giving him the artistic freedom in order to create this vocal. And there'll be so much in there where you're listening to particular runs and the things that the voice is doing, that's all been cleared by Randy, that he wants it to sound like that. So it's very much a different case to the previous video that we did on AI, because that was just telling AI to do something and then it would come up with it by itself, and then the result was what it was. Whereas here, Randy wants a particular sound, and he knows what he wants from a replication or imitation of his voice and his vocal, and where the voice should go, and all the little runs that happen that just sound great. it's all been engineered that way to make sure that it all happens in a truly authentic and artistic way, as Randy would do if he were able to do it himself. And I know that as we listen through, if you are quite sensitive to a 440 standard pitch and you can hear that being hit all the time, it is very much like that, but that's to be expected with AI. What I would be interested to know is whether the AI was as strict to the tuning as we're seeing, or whether it has been pitch corrected afterwards. The thing is about the modern day industry is that if Randy were to record a song now with his voice, it would probably be pitch corrected anyway. So that's why I would be interested to know if the AI was this strict at really sticking to the lines. But having said that, like here, just sharp of the G sharp 2, and here, flat of the D sharp 3, it is ever so slightly off now and again. So you do get a little bit of expression in there. But irrespective of that, the fact is that if Randy recorded a song now and he could supply those vocals, his voice would sound very similar to this, because this is how he wants it to sound, but also it would be pitch corrected anyway. So, I mean, it's interesting from that point of view as well. But it's also interesting to see the other side of the coin. That I know that a lot of people would say that, AI is a bad thing, and whether your opinion of it is positive or negative, you can use it in different ways. There might be people who, were using the AI to create songs because they maybe don't play an instrument or they can't sing and they just enjoy doing that, or they want a particular song for a project that they've got that they're doing. And, I don't really see a problem with it. I think actually the problem that people have with it is if people are using AI and not disclosing that they are using it, and they are maybe, taking the attention and the credit for something that they didn't actually do themselves. Maybe that's another side to it, of the argument for it potentially being a negative thing. But seeing it in this light, you think, well, this has allowed Randy to keep his artistry going and put out something that he's happy with artistically and giving him his voice back. So, I mean, it is amazing what you can do. It sounds like an authentic recording. And I think a huge part of that is great playing and just the dynamic appreciation of that, but the production as well.
Are everywhere. Oh, but now I know there was only one.
And this is great. The production is just spot on. Everything is sitting exactly where it needs to be. You still got that vocal being the focus, and it's a good focus. It doesn't sound out of place, like I said earlier. But when the vocal does drop out, you're then left with this gap. But the gap is being filled literally with a guitar fill or a little bit of lead work in the left channel. I mean, if you've got a half decent setup, if you've got monitor speakers or reference speakers, then you can really enjoy this just from a mix perspective. It is so well mixed, well produced. But listening to those elements that just pop in, if you've got headphones on as well, listen out for that left channel where the voice stops. You'll hear something happening, whether it be guitar, whether it be, a little bit of, keys or something going on, maybe like pedal steel. There'll be something, with a really nice, it's almost like cavernous reverb on it. It's just sitting in there. But you've got all of this going on. You'll have vocal, that will drop out. You'll get another focal point. So just listen out for that from a production perspective, because it is so well done.
And there ain't no more where that came from.
There's so much in here. The melody we get from that guitar break that again is now center. So the vocal's been center. I'm talking about in the stereo field now, where I said listen out for that guitar in the left channel, so that'll be off to the left as you're listening. But now, because the vocals dropped out in the center, we now get a really melodic guitar line that's going to take your focus in the middle of the mix. You know, that is now your focus, and then the vocal will come back in.
And it ain't like I ain't been trying to find someone. There just ain't no more where that came from. Oh, where that came from.
And there we have it. I mean, I love it from a production standpoint. Just in country music, you get players that have just insane technical ability at playing their instrument, but you also get the restraint of playing something that's melodically relevant and something that's going to serve the song rather than just trying to make the most of having a solo that, you know, you can show off all the technique that you've got at playing your instrument. And it's exactly the same here with just less is more. Just great melodic guitar lines going on, again in that left channel. Really well played, dynamically just spot on. But I know that, yeah, this video is more talking about the AI element and the fact that it's allowed Randy to release something that's artistically credible because he's given this the okay. He wants the AI to sound like this and for the vocals to be exactly as they are. It's amazing the level that AI is at now, where you can have such a great production and the voice sits in with it. It's not like listening to a great studio produced track instrumentally and then a computer voice in the middle and it sounds a little bit out of place. It does sit in there. It sounds good, and we know that nowadays vocals sound like this anyway. They are heavily pitch corrected, and you know they are going to be on A440 standard tuning or standard pitch, so you've come to expect that. The other side of the coin, like I said, is great that this is what AI can do. It can take an artist who, in Randy's case, when he had his stroke and has had multiple serious health issues that sadly has robbed him of being able to physically perform and create the music that he wants to with his voice and with his instrumental ability, but it's given him that ability back to be able to create a song that sounds authentic and, more importantly, is artistically authentic to him, for him to then be able to release something for fans of his. And I know that people will love this, and that is it, that they know AI has been used to create this and Randy has used AI artistically. So I think that there's nothing wrong with that, and I don't think his fans would see anything wrong with that, because you know, it's at the end of the day him creating something authentically. And it's not like just telling a computer to come up with a country song and then what's been produced has no human element in there whatsoever. This is just so well played from that human perspective. Like I said, just top level musicianship, top level production, but then an AI that is replicating, imitating and creating Randy's voice how he wants it to, and creating it how he is artistically happy with the end result. This is one of those videos that puts a different light on AI, considering that one that we did previously, and it'll be interesting to know what you guys think about this application of AI. And as always, keep those suggestions and requests for future videos coming in the comments section below. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys at the next one. Rock!